Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4, the New Order as Siberian Free Territory. Let us continue on from where we last left off. Apparently I'm accidentally renaming this. There we go. It's a black army, that's fine. So, we're getting to export the revolution. Solidarity with the whole world. Will you... Building spy agency is no simple task. It requires time and patience. Build something so large and important in secret. I mean, a spy agency is fine. What I'm really more interested in... We'll establish a global intelligence service, which I believe is just this that I've already created. So I don't think this actually does too much. But what I really want is for our ability to just invade more and more people. After that, do we want to go for the economy or for the military focus next? It's a good... I'm probably, I think, the military a little bit more than the economy. The reason I want to get the military up is because I don't trust Omsk. That's right on our border and has a pretty substantial army, all things considered. Which does worry me. We'll deploy these 4 divisions. I know that they are not in perfect condition, but that's okay. I just want them on the border, just in case of the worst. The battle for Italy. Italy be the tipping point in the Cold War. So Italy crackling the markets. So we'll see what happens in Italy. Again, I would not be surprised if Germany just invades. You can kill Poland here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Germany just invades Italy as well. And Russia fighting against Finland is really nice. I have no idea what you are doing up in the north. You're doing a war plan, which is... Okay, you're going to go kill him right now. Integrate the NKVD from gulags to training camps. A triumphant league. Omsk! I don't like you. I'm just going to let you know that right now. How close is Siberia to capitulating? Probably ongoing conflicts. We want to look at... That was very loud. Agency has been created. The agency that already existed. Yeah, you're about halfway dead. 31,000 to 2,000. Okay, so I mean those numbers are not looking great for Siberia. Yeah, so you basically didn't do anything. You've actually just increased popularity for despotism. For no real reason. Monthly political power gain, population goes up. We will declare a safe harbor here. Yeah, so I mean our agency already existed. Which I think, do you have all of this stuff? You don't have civilian factories to upgrade. You know what? That's understandable. You still only have one guy. He's trying to learn stuff here, but he's not doing such a great job. But like I just wanted to invade you. I just want to send troops across the border. Is that so much? Is that such a problem? 20 days you will be finished. Right now, your daily change is 0. You're still increasing. You're probably just taking points away from these guys. And you've declared war on the labor camp. So this should be a pretty easy war, I think, for you to win there. I mean, do we have enough troops to at least cover the entire border now? No, we're still missing 3. But I think that's okay. You guys in the south are still fighting it out. Who's going to come out in top of... In Kazakhstan, probably Kokatu, if I had to take a guess, because it does seem like they're just doing a better job. What we probably want is for West Russia and Omsk to fight a war amongst each other. I think that's really going to be the best case situation for us. They weaken each other. We come in and kind of clean up the scraps. You now have 22. We're at a nice 30 divisions. But of course, our 30 divisions are not spread out evenly. Which is unfortunate. Again, you guys have 9 to 11. You have 9 to 11 as well in the north. I'm surprised the AI has not taken here yet. Because that is, I mean, it's a core state of theirs. So it would bring them slightly closer to capitulation, but apparently they just have no interest in actually winning that. More resource gain efficiency? Or maybe try and improve our... Where is it? In light aircraft. Interceptors, close air support. We can't upgrade any of these guys without inventing jet engines. Which... I probably don't need better planes, honestly. I think... We'll go for resource extraction gain. Because... Nobody else really has that much of an air force. We don't need good planes ourselves. Okay, we declare a safe harbor. We no longer have granted economic autonomy. So we'll see what this does. If this allows me to invade, I would be ecstatic. I'm actually going to deploy 3 more units over the Red Army, though, just so at least every province there is covered. Because 17 should be able to kill 11 divisions no matter what, especially if our front line goes all the way from north to south. I don't think the AI would have enough troops to actually stop us. Okay, we can do some more stuff in regional development. Invest in construction. Moderately increase. You know what? More construction speed. Gives me more of that GDP. Seems good for us. 10% less factories. Decrease cost by 5%. Right now, we are... How much money are we making? We're now, 19. So our debt ratio's gone up. By lower construction costs, it's now 14%. Is that worse for us? 66. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We don't really need to construct more things anyways. We just need to take it from everybody else. Looks like Indonesia has lost their war. Omsk has now unified Western Siberia, which is... Scatter News has escaped the wastes of Western Siberia, whispered in the shadow of Black League unification of the region. Apparent breakaway the defunct Western Siberia People's Republic. The Black League's mission of statement is to rebuild Russia in order to protect the people from further German aggression. With the leader's founder, Dmitry Kavnov, dead shortly before the outbreak of the German Civil War, his student, Dmitry Yazov, now leads the young statelet, promising a return to pre-war quality of life. I don't know if I believe you, to be quite honest. Like, I don't believe you even remotely. But the fact that you're also a country that has a black texture is not great. Indonesia has won their war, so I'm sure they're still going to be under some Japanese influence for sure. But it's 1966. You're too expensive. We could actually, you know what, making our anti-tank weapons better might be meaningful. I don't know how many tanks the AI has. I would imagine very few. But just in case. Just in case. Power worker organizations. Political power gain goes up. Yeah, so let's do you. You seem to be pretty good, and you're not actually going to cost me any money. So not costing me money is something I do like to see. Okay, and after you are done, do we go for the military, or do we go for economy? GDP growth increases. Enlightenment for all. I think we are going to go for military first. Bella Ciao. Maria Pinocchi stepped off the plane, clutching her oversized red hat, her gloss of blue lipstick complementing her pristine white teeth. She took a deep breath in the warm Mediterranean air. How lucky she was to have chosen this for her mission. All those late-night tea drinking sessions with You're Gonna finally paid off. Maria's heel clicked on the tarmac. She walked with purpose, more importantly with zeal. How could she not flaunt herself? When would she get another chance to wear a dress? She stuck a stick of gum in her mouth and took the sunglasses from her purse and put them on. The right lens of the glasses was a small symbol with a little A and a line through it. She was instructed to find a circle that matched the design and wait there. Flipping through the book, she found the spot in no time and retrieved the book from her purse. Are you here alone? Said a man in a leather jacket, his hands in his pockets. Maria eyed through her glasses. No, I came here with my mother. Good to see you made it. Hope your flight was uneventful. I'm sure you're happy to get out of the tundra. Removed her glasses and undid her hair from the bun it was in. I'm happy to get to work, Marco. We can now send volunteer forces to fellow socialists across the world. Decryption goes up. Max volunteer forces goes up. I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't know what socialists exist. I mean, you are... I mean, most of the socialists have died, so I'm not too sure what exactly they want from me, to be quite honest. I mean, I guess we could probably send you volunteers. No, apparently I cannot, so who knows what happens. We're not getting effective civilian autocracy. Somebody has couped the Indonesian government, so they are now... I mean, they're still despot, but we'll see if they still are underneath the Japanese sphere of influence. We can also repurpose some infrastructure. Slowly improve. Multi-population. You know what? Let's go with you. Follow that up with scientific research. You know what? I'll take it. And how are these things doing here now? We are almost ready. We're getting 6.75 per month. So this should be done by the end of the year. Upgrading that is quite nice for us, I would say. So what do we want to do? We can either maintain a flawless legacy, which is stability goes up, or welcome to rehabilitated. Black Army has been extremely successful in its task to march across Siberia. Procrastinator is showing the army. Our manpower reserves are slowly... I mean, I don't know if our manpower is really doing that bad. Let's for the Liberation War. The question is, like, by the time we're done all of our focus trees, I'm assuming it's going to be 1969 when we can start to kind of annex more and more territory. The question is, does everybody... Someone secure Brett leadership. That's fine. Who cares? I would have 1969 is when every person gets the ability to kind of try to unify all of Russia. The dream falters. Unsurprising news from Warsaw via Romania. Negotiating between the German Reich and Free Polish have fallen through. So I'm assuming Poland now is going to get invaded, which is not a huge surprise. We are, I think, going to go for maintaining our flawless legacy. Getting that stability up anyways would be really, really nice for us. More stability, the better, I would say. I know, controversial opinion. News flooded from the General Reich concerning recent discovery of great crimes committed by the rebellious territory of the former general government. The Polish state has been accused of brutal reprisals against German settlers in former occupied territories. So, Poland. A ceasefire has been signed with you. That's okay. But I'm assuming Germany, or Poland I should say, is about to be invaded quite soon. I mean, Ukraine is still independent, which I'm surprised by. You guys are still in, like, two separate pieces. I'm not too sure. Like, the Moscow Autonomy doesn't even own Moscow. So I'm not too sure what their plans really are. But I'm sure at some point we'll figure it out. You even have more political power. Integrate propaganda programs. What do you do for us? Stability and war support. You know what? Do that one as well. I know we're spending a lot of money right now. Our deficit to income ratio is now 25%. Which is not great. We could decrease military spending a little bit. I mean, our biggest penalty right now is the civilian economy. Instruct resource efficiency gain, consumer good factory goes up. What do we do from here? Less population factor, organization's bad. Construction spending I basically have thrown straight into the garbage. In our airport, we have one airport here. Let's deploy more aircraft here. Let's go up to 100. 100 and 100 for both of you seems okay. So set our limits. Probably want to even try to upgrade the size of our airports. Would not be a bad idea. Because right now you are trying to build... Are you like for more oil? You're for rubber, which I guess we don't really actually need that much. Cancel that plan. I know we're going to spend a lot of points, but I think that's kind of okay. Bonus force land doctrine. Military, 4 military factories. You know what? That's actually really good for us. The People's Militia. Companion Valativ sloppily scribbled his signature on the last heaps of paper precariously stacked on his desk. Approvals, denials, resupply requests. Valativ dealt with them all. Most generals despised the bureaucracy, and to some extent, Valentin was no different. Valativ stretched his elastic band around the thick bundle of papers and went to toss them into the bin. His secretary collected at the end of the night, but found it missing. He shrugged. Whatever. He had to walk past her desk anyways. Rising with a stretch, Valativ snuggled the papers under his armpit and exited the room. Right away, you could already hear laughing. Not uncommon, but certainly not normal for the office. Valativ traveled down the hall and to the left. Voices from the lobby become audible. See that scar? That's how you get from multiple campaigns. See, I shot a Red Army guy from 3 kilometers away. It was pretty impressive. On a desk leaned a recruit, badgering a very bored and disinterested secretary. It was clear that he had been at it for some time, with little fruits for his labor. Valativ sauntered up and plopped his paper on the counter. Even the companion. I heard you shot a guy from 3 meters away. The distressed newbie began to stammer out some explanation, but Valativ only chuckled and held up his hand. No. It was extremely impressive. Why don't you show this fine lady here some of your shooting prowess? Valtiv unholstered his pistol and thrust it into the boy's hand. Here, shoot me, point blank. Valtiv stared deep into the boy's eye. His smile replaced with a scowl. For some time, the boy stood there shaking before dropping the pistol on the ground. Valtiv retrieved the weapon and returned it to his belt. That's what I thought. Listen, kid. The army's in a place to pick up girls. You have an obligation to defend your commune and nothing else. I was ready to lay down my life for a point. That's what every man and woman in the Black Army swears to do. If you can't do that, I would advise packing your shit and leaving. Valtiv nodded to the secretary, readjusted his cap, and briskly walked out the door, leaving a stunned recruit pale as a ghost. 15,000 manpower is not so bad. So, we want to research to... What do we want to research? Factories in... Construction speed's okay. I mean, it's actually not okay, because we really don't have any factories to build with. But, okay, so my armies right now. Do you have any support equipment? You have recon companies... You have some engineering companies, and you have a ton of stuff. So it seems like at least improving our recon companies first would not be bad. 58 days is relatively cheap for a tech, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm assuming most of Omsk's troops are on this border with Western Russia. Same probably both ways. I mean, if you guys go to war, it would be interesting. See, we do have a lot of equipment, 14,000 rifles. But again, the problem is the manpower, right? We need to improve our manpower somewhat. Like, I want to train more troops to make sure that no matter what, I always have an overwhelming amount that I can, you know, flood into the enemy's territory without too much problem. But I don't know, because it costs money to train units. How much manpower do you guys each take? 9,500, 10,000, and 7,900. You know what? Why not train some of these elite units? Let's just say 4. And I think 34 divisions will be what we'll call it there. You know, no more past that. We do some decision available because we have 26 political power. Depends if I want to put something else to a vote. Which we probably do want to do. 2 more civilian factories, 2 more military factories. I mean, 2 military factories are basically, like, free, so I'll take it. Army experience 3, absolutely, completely acceptable. Not going to have to spend $1 million on you. Political power, no thank you. Okay, we have 3. We need at least 2. Yes. So 2 of you, we have no choice. We'll go with you. That's fine. Okay, we got 5, 4. So a handful of you guys got some more power, but really, assuming you're decreasing ever so slightly, and you're increasing, but that should be getting rid of some of these other parties as well. And it looks like Burgundy is starting to build their bunkers, which, again, worries me ever so slightly. Don't nuke the planet, please. That's really all I'm asking for. And are you all core territory? You're colony state. The thing is, actually, a lot of Omsk's territory is colony. If we actually focus our entire attention on just killing near Omsk itself, we would probably win relatively quickly. And then after that, 35,000 manpower. Still think we want Army for Liberation, for sure. So go for industrial warfare, 25 days on you. And you give an inch, I'll take a mile. Mr. Akno cupped his face in a palm of boredom. Well, maybe it wasn't boredom. Maybe it was disbelief. More than likely, it was a mix of the two. He had much better things to do than listen to some hotshot from the big leagues, who thinks he's better than any man who's ever served. Shako had seen the whites of a Nazi's eyes. He's eaten dogs. He saw the brutality of the Nazi war machine. What did Valtiv know? He fought the Finns, the weak and pathetic people they were. Mr. No was shaken from his thoughts by Valtiv. Andrody, are you listening to a word I say? Valtiv snapped, verbally and physically, snapping his fingers in the face of the old man to wake him up from his daydreaming. The Sharkno swatted Valtiv's hand from his face. Yes, I have heard all of your speculation theories. Your words carry a lot of weight while containing these 4 corners. But you have become so out of touch with the field of battle, all you do is speculate in this room. Valtiv desperately trying to keep his cool, hissed through his gritted teeth. I've committed my entire life to this struggle. We both have watched too many young men die in the chaos of war. I brought you here not to spar with you, Andrani, but to lay the groundwork for generations long after us to continue the battles against the state. Valtiv gauged his contemporary's reaction, finding it apparent that he wasn't making any progress. Valtiv, ever the strategist, tried a different approach. Pulled up a chair and sitting in front of him, he met eyes with the old man. Neither of us will leave until we solidify a doctrine of warfare going forward. I'll write down on this piece of paper one thing I deem essential, and then you do the same. Once we have our list assembled, we can cross off each one of each other's points. Valtiv started, writing down the necessities for autonomy of the officers. Mizuni eyed the papers with suspicion, but eventually relented, jotting down his claim that air support was a must-have. For the next hour, each man took turns writing down what they deemed essential for a modern black army doctrine until the sun descended under the hills. Get some army experience. That's okay. We can maybe use that at some point. We probably want to be researching some army doctrine. I don't know if I have any of them researched. No, I haven't even started on this. I probably should at some point get these army doctrines up and running. So you will cost us $65 million, but four factories is really nice. What do I want to use the factories for, though? Is a great question. Probably some more planes. Honestly, four like that, just put them straight into fighters, probably is our best choice. And when does our next research become available? In 25 days. After that, then we will get our army doctrine ready to go, which we should have done a while ago. Which one do we want? Strategic theme, combined forces. Probably not combined forces, mostly because we don't really have anything other than infantry and aircraft. Probably like tanks. Okay, production efficiency cap's gone up. Growth's gone up. Retention. We now have an experienced industrial base. Fantastic. But I don't think if defensive, delay, light infantry, out of supply. I don't think you're what we want. Because really, these tanks, meaningless. Artillery. But maneuver warfare doctrine also doesn't make a lot of sense for us. But I also don't think combined arms also makes a lot of sense. So maybe we'll go for heater and then attrition planning, because that doesn't benefit from tanks at all. That's my best guess. And I don't know if it really makes a lot of sense either way, but I do think it makes a good amount of sense for us to end this episode right here. So thanks to everybody for watching. My name is Anthony. If you enjoyed, run a thumbs up. Not enjoyed, throw a thumb down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.